Yes. Good evening, young Padawans and Padawans. It is I, the Redneck JT, here with you again tonight for 2 Ewoks in the Park. As always, my good friend and the main host of the show, Sully the Geek, is with me as well. Tonight, Darth Maul, episodes 5 and 6. Oh, man, I'm telling you. I'm really starting to like this show, but don't tell Sully. So, do me a favor, grab whatever it is you want to munch on in your favorite adult beverage or whatever you want to drink. Sit yourself down in that beanbag chair and strap in because it's going to be one hell of a ride, my friend. Sully, it's all yours.
Oh, well, thank you, sir. Hello, everybody. Whoa, my camera is I'm really off center. That's so weird. Like, my whole camera shifted. I'm all the way to the left and not the center. That's weird. I'll have to fix that. But hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Thank you for tuning in. I do appreciate it as always. And like JT said, yeah, we're talking about Darth Maul, Shadow Lord. Yes. And I will have to say, it took you long enough to send me a message over the weekend. There we go. I'm all fixed. Where you were like, holy shit, dude. I'm like, yeah, you have no idea. Wait until you see 7 and 8.
Well, my comment was, holy crap, man. Episode 6 only felt like it was 10 minutes long.
Yep. It went.
The ending came up, it faded to space, and I'm like, holy crap. And I looked at Kay, and Kay's like, holy crap.
Yeah, it happened so fast. Like, you didn't think you were waiting around long.
Not at all. Not at all.
And at the same time, you're like, oh, okay. So this is how they're going to play it, And I love that about these types of episodes. I really do.
Yeah, me too.
Because it keeps things going, which is even better.
Right.
So good. So good, I tell you. So good. So, anyway, when it comes down to it, I thoroughly enjoyed these episodes. I really did.
Right.
I'm sure they're going to be a little bit of a higher rating than yours, and that's okay. But
you'd be surprised.
That's how we roll when it comes down to this. Now, clearly, I'm just getting the notes because a little behind. I'm sorry, a little behind, but it's all good. Let's see. We were on the 5 and 6, right?
Correct.
Yeah, 5 and 6, and episode 5 is Inquisition. And oh boy, nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. However, when it comes to Star Wars, nobody expects the Inquisitors. Until
that did surprise me.
Until they just show up out of nowhere and you're like, whoa!
Now, wait a minute. Nakaya says it did seem really long.
What do you mean?
We're saying that episode 6 only felt like it was about 10 minutes long, not a long episode. Yeah. Did you feel like it was a long episode, Kaya?
I mean, I didn't think it was a long episode.
No, I didn't either. I mean, there's no way. I'm like, because we are still getting commercials. Can't really afford to do the no commercial thing.
Right.
So it went to commercial. And when it came back, it went straight into the outro. I was in shock. I'm like, no, that hasn't been 25 minutes already.
Clearly,
like, holy crap.
Clearly it was.
Right. I do want to say hi to, obviously, Nikaya, who is in the chat room with us, Lady Death, a.k.a. Nikaya.
Yes.
And thank her for her 82nd month resub, as well as our good friend from across the northern border, the one and only Miss Carol is with us tonight as well.
Hi, Carol. And even though today is Ghostbusters Day, we're talking about Star Wars. I got my Star Wars shirt on. Don't push my buttons. JT's got his Star Wars shirt on. You know, he's got Boba Fett and I got Grogu. So it's all
I'm
good.
busting me some boba.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. So,
Which, by the way, Sully,
yes.
the plan right now is to go see Mandalorian Grogu Wednesday morning.
And I was sitting down for that.
Good thing you were.
That's good because maybe we can do our own little review of the Mandalorian and Grogu after this. Because either that or we just go right into Spider Noir.
Right. Oh, we are doing that one. I was wondering if we were going to do that one or not.
If you want to. I mean, I'm liking it so far. I'm thinking it's pretty good. Nicolas Cage is doing very well. But anyway.
Well, it really doesn't matter if I like it or not, because you're the boss, and if you say, hey, we're doing this, then we do it, and, I deal with it.
Sounds good. But let's stick with Star Wars for now before we get into the mix of things and get lost completely. So...
When are we not lost?
So let's see. Where did we leave off? The episode 4, right?
Correct.
At the end, we had a wonderful Imperial Star Destroyer coming down onto Janix because Two Boots had to go by his protocol and, called the Empire, and the Empire went, sure, we'll send someone out to the Outer Rim and we'll make sure that you guys are screwed.
Right.
Because why not?
Pretty much.
Why not? And obviously the entire thing, this whole episode, we can start seeing. Would it be considered the fall of Janix? Because even though Janix was technically still under the Empire, they were still technically their independent state, right?
I mean, you could say the fall of Janix in, falling off the favoritism list.
Yeah.
Maybe turning into one of their not so favorite places.
Sure. Yeah, I would say, and again, this is episode 5, okay?
Right.
So we're at this point of, okay, is all hell going to break loose? What exactly is gonna happen? And to me, when I first saw that Imperial Star Destroyer coming down, they went full force, like we're invading.
Well, they definitely launched ships like a landing party.
Yes.
I mean, there's no doubt about that. But
yes.
I don't, in this situation, if it was me, and I was the guy that was in charge of securing the planet and finding Maul, I would not want to go in full bore. Make your presence known.
Yeah.
Start getting everything under control as far as the citizenry and all that kind of thing. But don't go in guns blazing.
Right. And this is exactly what's happening, though. And they're just showing people everywhere, including Riley Lawson, including him, to the point where just everybody is in shock, including but not limited to the Shadow Collective and Maul's henchmen.
Well, and I think they knew it was going to happen eventually. They just didn't know when.
Yeah,
they knew eventually the Empire was going to get called in.
Yeah, I'd have to say you're right on that one.
I mean, come on, Maul's like the number one on the FBI's most wanted list kind of status with the Empire.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with him. Lady Death says, I saw the destroyer and went, oh shit. Which is basically where we leave off,
Yeah. Yep.
Now, the other thing we have to recognize is that Master Daki and Devin are kind of on the run. They're in hiding. They're trying to get off planet because they don't want Imperial entanglements either. They're trying to survive because the minute that they have Imperial entanglements, oh shit.
Well, and the key line was we need to get off before they lock down the city.
Yes.
Or we need to get out. We need to get out of the city before they lock it down.
Yes.
So it was get out of the city first, wait until the Empire relaxes it, finds Maul and relaxes its hold.
Yeah.
Then we can come back into the city and find a way off planet.
Yes.
Very good plan on his part. The tricky part is getting out of the city first.
True. Now, the other thing that they have to worry about is the stormtroopers and Darth Maul, because they're like, whoa. Well, I mean, even Devin's like, what about Maul? What are we going to do about him?
Yeah. And I like what Daki's reply was. Leave them to the Empire.
Yeah. Leave them to the Empire. Let them handle it, which, to be honest, perfect.
Yeah. But that would have, hey, screw him, man. We got, like he said, we got to worry about ourselves.
Yeah. Now, at the same time, I'm thinking to myself, what would have Master Yoda done? Would he have gone after Maul, or would he have done the same thing? Let the Empire handle it. I don't exist.
Honestly, I think he would have done the same thing.
Think so?
I do. If he was in the exact same situation that Daki and Devin are in.
Yep.
Where, their order has been decimated.
Yep.
They're wanderers. They're hunted wanderers.
Yes.
And, they don't want to be in a situation that would make it easier for them to be caught by the Empire, which if they are, they're guaranteed to be their death.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Yoda would have done the same thing. Let's get out of the city, get out into the countryside where we can hide. And we can provide for ourselves a lot easier than we can here.
Yeah.
In the city, that kind of thing, until it's safe. Until the Empire's done doing whatever the hell it is they're going to do. And they, like he said, I like how he said it though, and until they relax their grip.
Yeah.
Until they back down a little bit. Because he knows, just like Lawson did, that they're not going to leave. The Empire's there to stay now.
Yeah. Once they're there, that's it. You're on your own.
So, we wait till they relax their grip. Then we can come back into the city and find a way off planet.
Yes.
And I do believe that Yoda would have done the exact same thing.
Think so?
I do.
I mean, it's possible. He was in hiding for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he was in hiding. Oof.
Nobody even knew he was still alive, actually.
Right? So that's a thing. That's a thing. Now, the other thing we have to worry about is the Imperial, what was his name? Lieutenant Blake.
Oh, God. I hated this guy from the second I saw him.
Soon as he walked in the room, it was like, oh, he's the bad guy.
Dude, he looks like the Walking Dead with makeup on.
Little bit of a zombie there.
I mean, the whole lower part of his face and his neck is gray.
Yeah.
And then from his like he was wearing goggles or something, but a reverse thing, because up here is flesh colored, down here is gray.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and see if I can get a good picture.
He is an ugly son of a bitch.
Yeah, let me see. Hold on, I've got a good picture here.
Okay.
And I'll show everybody what he looks like, because you're gonna be like, damn.
Now I see what JT means. Holy crap, JT was right about something. Mark it on the calendar, Ethel.
JT was right. Holy moly. Who would have thought that JT was right?
Who'd have thunk it?
Who would have thunk it? All right, there he is right there on your screen. So yeah, you can see what JT's talking about. Like his whole upper extremities of the face, the nose, full on color. And then from below the nose down, like all colors.
Yeah, it's like the reverse of, or it's a photo negative.
Yeah. Yeah, if you think about it.
Of how it normally would be.
But look at his eyes too. Like you can see his eyes are very piercing when it comes down to it, you know?
Yes, I agree. Nakaya says he also looks like he is trying to not to fart or shit himself. He definitely does look kind of constipated. I would have to agree.
A little bit, yeah. A little bit. I'd have to agree with you on that one. You know, it's a little crazy, but it's there, you know? And
Like the bathroom on this thing sucks, man. Where's a good one? I gotta poop.
I gotta go potty. Gotta go potty.
No, screw that. I gotta shit.
There you go. That could work too.
I gotta take a dookie from hell, man. Get out of my way.
Like, move it or lose it, purple. Move it or lose it. You know? But in the long run, now we know who's in charge. Okay? And it's not just one of those, I'm only going to see him in one type of episode. No, no, no. He is going to be pretty much all over the place. Okay?
Right.
You know, and I mean, if you look at it, he's very focused. He's very determined. I'm not sure if it's he has something to prove, but
You could tell he is fully
yes.
What's the word I'm looking for? Fully committed to the Empire.
Yes, absolutely. So
Now, I love what Captain Kleiss did, though.
Well,
He was like, who's in charge here? She's like,
me.
who's asking? I am. Who are you?
Who are you? Who are you, you butt munch?
I'm like, you go, girl.
Yeah, well, that you go, girl quickly changed once we figured out that she is being questioned.
First one interrogated.
Oh boy. Yeah. That's no bueno. No.
Well, it's still a you go,
bueno.
girl, but not just quite as loud.
True, but they did bring an Imperial probe droid in and displayed a hologram of Maul. Like, we have come to understand that you have this guy here, and we want him.
And failed to report it.
Yes. But the good thing is, that's all they're looking for, is Maul. Because they don't know that they have two Jedi on planet as well. At least Cleese doesn't. Lawson does.
Right.
But Cleese doesn't. And even Cleese was like, not for nothing, don't make any, baseless accusations because you don't know what the hell's going on here.
Yeah. Also known as don't talk out your ass if you're sitting on the toilet.
Right. Well, they bring her to interrogation. She hands over her blaster, rightfully so,
Mm-hmm. Very cooperative.
And even Cleese says, don't let anything out. Don't get involved. And then Blake says to Lawson, don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
You're next.
Well, there was the one comment, the last comment that Cleese made to Lawson, which was, it could be worse. At least we're not harboring Jedi.
That's true. That is true. If you think about it, it's true.
Yeah. She doesn't know that they are.
She has no idea because Lawson didn't say anything. Meanwhile, Maul is still like, yeah, my plan going full force.
Well,
we're not diverting. We're not doing anything. We've got stormtroopers checking identification of every single civilian that is on Janix. The spy bot's doing his thing. Ludivario is like, isn't this going to disrupt things? Like, something's not right here. Just putting it out there.
He's talking about his syndicate's grounded now.
Yeah.
Which
is true.
And is he, going to live out his life being Maul's prisoner?
Yeah, pretty much, dude.
And Maul's like, hey, you can leave anytime you want to. Take your chances with the Empire.
Yep, that's it. And this is what I was mentioning to you last week, is the way that Maul has changed. Yes, he's still all about revenge.
Oh, yeah.
But as ruthless as he is and can be, he knows it's either you stick with me or you deal with something worse.
Or you're a dead man, probably.
Yeah, you're going to die. It is what it is. And even Maul is like, listen, I brought the Pike Syndicate into my pocket for a reason. You're just going to have to trust me. I cringe.
Trust me and Maul are words that don't go together in a sentence.
Right? Like, I just feel every time he says that, I'm like, oh.
You cringe a little bit as well?
Yeah.
Just
a little bit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I understand why he's saying, trust me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I understand it full force 100% that it's more than just him saying, yeah, listen, could be worse.
Mm-hmm.
You can either deal with the worst or live a life of a little bit of freedom and work for me, and you'll be safe, and I'll protect you, and I'll do whatever I need to in order to, change things.
Yeah.
Which makes sense to me,
Yeah, I understand that.
However, I'm sure you'll agree with me that Vario is a little bit of a scaredy cat anyway.
He's a scaredy cat and he's a double dealer. He's just like Maul, just not as vicious as Maul is.
Yeah.
And as deadly as Maul is. He can, everything that he does.
Yes.
Every move he makes, every sentence he says is trying to work things in his favor.
Yes.
He's a conniving son of a bitch, and he has to be in order to have a successful syndicate.
Oh, without a doubt.
Which he does. He has the second most successful syndicate on this planet.
Yeah.
So, and you have to be that way.
And he's about to, make a mistake that he shouldn't ever think about making, because you don't want to be on Maul's bad side.
Yeah, you don't want to double cross Maul.
That's just like, whoa, hold it, folks. So because of that, he's very on edge because, yeah, honestly, I would take my chances with Maul over the Empire any day. So,
yeah. I mean, it's a lesser of two evils, and there's really no lesser between them.
Right. Exactly. However, Maul has been very honest. He's been very honest with everybody he's come in contact with.
Mm-hmm.
You can either deal with
that's
me.
why I say, he's changed from what we've known him as before.
Oh, yeah.
But dying and being brought to life and brought back to life and going through what he went through in that process to get to where he is now.
Yeah.
He's definitely learned how to play the system.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a thing.
Yeah. I mean, when you die and come back to life, something changes inside of you.
It really is. It's a thing.
Well, I think the biggest thing is that he's actually learned that, what? There are times where honey works better than stone.
Yes.
And it's something that he's learned along the way in his journeys over the last several months.
Yeah. Well, while that's all happening, Lawson is enjoying a wonderful desk position as the Empire is going through everything that they have on Darth Maul. I keep calling him it's Maul. It's so hard for me to not call him Darth Maul.
Yeah, we noticed that problem last week.
Oh my God, I'm still doing it. But
we understand though.
It's crazy, you know. And Two Boots. Well, Two Boots can kind of like, I pissed off Lawson. I'm sorry. Trying to get on his good side.
Nikaya says, "Don't worry, she does it too."
It's hard. It really is. It's a hard habit to break. But aside from Lawson going, hey, listen, you screwed up. You did. What are you going to do about it? You know, they're here. We have to deal with it. You know,
and he also understands that it's in his programming.
Right. So
he can only fight his programming for so long.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is, what I like about Two Boots is that he's also honest to the point of, he says that Janix is not equipped to handle a Jedi or a Sith Lord.
Right.
And if you think about it, you're right. They're not. They're a small security force in Janix, in Janix City, anyway, that Maul and the Mandalorians that are with him and everybody else will take them out without question.
Put it this way, it's like, you know, the police department from Mayberry, which is 2 people, being in charge of safety and security in New York City.
Yeah. Now, the one thing that Lawson is right on is that the Empire will not leave, even if they get Maul.
Mm-hmm.
They're there. That's it. Done. Because that's what the Empire does.
That's how they take over worlds.
That's how they take over. That's how they move them under their you know, the whole 9 yards, right? And when he says that, he says flat out, you're smart, but you don't understand and comprehend what you did.
Right.
And that's okay. So then 2 stormtroopers bring Lawson in for questioning. And he even says, where's Cleese?
He's been reassigned permanently.
Yes. Also known as they killed her.
Pretty much.
So, in the long run, while they're in an interrogation room, Lawson's just sitting there looking at Maul. And then he notices that there's scratch marks on the table.
Yeah. I literally, I saw those and I got chills.
Now, this was a cool thing, and you know, not just because of the scratch marks, but you kind of knew that Cleese was going to be dead, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But when the first brother of the Inquisitors walked in the room, Inquisitor Marek, whoo, chills.
Goosebumps on top of chills.
Yeah.
Because I already had the chills just from seeing the claw marks.
Yeah. I mean.
And the thing of it is, from all I can tell, he was in the room the entire time.
Yes.
Because the door never opened again for him to come in. No. So he was hiding in the shadows somewhere.
He was waiting.
And he was not in the corner that you could see, because if you look carefully, because I actually paused it so I could do this. You can see the center stripe on the wall.
Yeah.
You can see it go into the shadows and you can see it meet. So he wasn't hiding in that corner.
Yep.
So there's only one other corner he could have been in.
Right there.
But yeah, definitely goosebumps on top of chills.
Now, the cool thing about this character, Marek, is tied to not just the Jedi Order, but the Sith and the Empire. But he's also tied to Balin's skull. You remember Balin's skull, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember him, just not a lot about him. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
Yep. So
what I do remember is not good. So.
That's okay. Just know that he was played by Ray Stevenson, who passed away, unfortunately. But he is surviving. Balin's skull is alive, and he'll be reappearing in Ahsoka season 2.
Right.
Now, he has done battle against Ahsoka before. In this case, though, this is before everything. So Ahsoka is technically on the run, hiding. So he has been dispatched to find Maul. And he flat out demands that Lawson tell him everything. And Lawson's like, what do you want to know?
They cut to commercial.
For you. For you. But while he's being interrogated, Daki and Devin are like, we gotta get out of here.
Right.
And Daki's plan is to get to the forest. Now, the other thing with this is Devin, who's already very opinionated, by the way, already has Maul in her head because she's like, why? Why can't we use our powers and abilities for good? Why do we have to waste it by running? And Daki is very reserved and flat out says, don't let Maul's words poison your mind.
Yeah. I like how he said it. I like what he said just before that, though, because he's like, the words are yours, but the thoughts are his.
Mm-hmm.
Which I thought was a really cool distinction.
And it's an old trick. It's an old teaching.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's already implanted himself in her mind. Right? But she was even saying, but what if we do accept him as an ally? Can we get off world? Can we do
He didn't like that.
No.
He will never be an ally.
Right. And Daki is exactly right. Maul is out for Maul. No one else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No one else. And that's when they start to get caught. Because now the stormtroopers are looking for identification. And they don't have it. They try the whole Jedi mind trick thing. And one stormtrooper's like, hey, wait a minute.
Well, it was the one that they pulled the Obi-Wan on.
Yeah.
These are not the robots you're looking for.
You don't need to see my identification. You've already
seen my identification. After he let him through, another stormtrooper walked right up to him and says, well, hey, why'd you let him go without seeing their identification? And he's like, well, no, they were good to go. Wait a minute. I got tricked.
Yeah.
You got 3-card Monty without 3 cards.
Yeah. And while that's also happening, the police department is going crazy because we've got things happening and civilians can't even get their stuff processed because the Imperial takeover. So now the Empire's in charge. Riley's trying to reach his dad and it's not happening. So he calls Two Boots. And he's like, well, come this way. You're gonna, whew, let's
need to go
move.
home.
Let's get you out of here.
You need to go home.
Yeah. Now Lawson, on the other hand, he's being interrogated by Marek, and he's like, well, yeah, I encountered him. He killed most of my most of my squad, most of my comrades.
That's next episode, isn't it?
No, this is this one. This is this one. That's a different one. You just confused the living shit out of me.
You sure?
Imperial Law and Order.
Yeah, which one, man?
Paragraph 2 and 3. Interrogation room. He's
okay.
Yeah, see? Notes.
I missed that part.
Notes. Telling Marek that, yeah, I saw him. He killed my squad. Killed people that I knew. Docky and Devin are trying to get into the train station. We need to escape, get out of here, get the forest, and go.
And that's when the
Jedi mind trick happened, and it didn't work. It didn't work. So obviously the two of them have to fight some stormtroopers now and get out of sight.
Run!
And they do. They do eventually get out of sight, even though the stormtroopers are after her. And Docky did kind of get hurt because he's old. All right. Docky is...
Well, he got hurt in the fight with Maul.
Yes. But he's hurting even more now because...
Yeah.
He's exhausted.
Mm-hmm. He hasn't had a chance to rest.
He needs to chill. Maul took a lot out of him. All right. He keeps telling Devin, I'm good. Let's move on. I'm good. We can do this.
I'm afraid we're going to lose Docky. I really am.
Yeah.
I'm going to be sad if we lose Docky. Docky's cool.
He's a good Jedi leader. He's a master.
And I love the little gray whiskers that he has on his face.
Yeah, you can tell he's old. Not like Yoda old, but he's old.
That was one of the things that he told Devon to reassure her. He says, I've lived a long time and seen many iterations of the universe.
Yeah.
And tyranny always fails.
Yeah.
We just have to keep hope.
Let me see. I wonder how old he is. How old?
Well, you go on. I'll see if I can find out.
How old? So anyway, when it comes down to it, okay, as they're trying to escape, obviously now comes the part where stormtroopers are on the run, chasing after them. LAATs are out, which are gunships. They're going through factories and checking out all the crimes that Maul has committed already. And we see a holo projector ringing.
Right.
While Riley is waiting at home. And it turns out it's his mother. And he tells her that the Empire has detained Dad. And they won't tell him why. There's no reason for it. And his mother kind of does the whole mother thing of, it's okay. It's okay that the stormtroopers are there on Janix. They're going to keep you safe. They're going to keep everybody else safe. So she's very pro-Empire because she works for the Empire. Okay? Did we figure out what she actually does last week? I can't remember.
She was basically a civilian consultant.
Yes, that's right. Thank you. because yeah, what was it for civil defense, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So she's gonna be all Empire's good, Empire's good, everybody else bad.
They're there to keep you safe.
Yeah. And she tells Riley to cooperate. Anything happens, just cooperate. Do what you need to do, but be good, cooperate, everything will be fine. Even your dad will be fine if he cooperates. Okay? And she then goes on to say that she loves him with all her heart, just like a mother would.
Right.
You know?
Micaiah pointed out that she did say, "What did your dad do now?"
That's true. She did. Mark, in the meantime, is investigating the charred remains of the probe droid, the lightsaber battle, all the evidence. And
that was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it was interesting the way they were able to figure things out with that. You know, it wasn't a 100%, hey, it just,
right.
It was a cool thing that they did. Spybot, however, is obtaining footage of Daki and Devin escaping from the stormtroopers, and lets Cast know, which is one of the Mandalorians, you know, Darth Maul's right-hand woman, so to speak.
His number one.
The number one, yes. Number one. Take us out.
Better than being number two.
And Maul is actually getting his leg repaired by Icarus and Scorn, because I forget, was it Daki or was it Devin that hit his knee with the lightsaber?
I think it was Daki.
I think it was Daki too.
It was.
So, you know, gotta fix the old hinge there, you know, because otherwise, I don't know, something's gonna happen.
Not gonna be able to move real smooth with a hitch in his get up.
Nope. But when Cass tells Maul that the Jedi have been able to unleash the city, he smiles. And it's that evil smile that he has, like, ha ha, yes, this is gonna be great.
Kind of a little you go girl in there too, you know.
In the meantime, Lieutenant Blake tells Lawson that he's free to go. Thank you for your cooperation. And he drives home. Only when he gets home, Riley is there.
In here, Dad.
And then he sees Devin and Daki sitting at the dining room table.
Well, and it's funny because, you know, he calls his son's name out. Riley says, "I'm in here, Dad." And he goes, as he's walking to the room that he's in, he's like, "Sorry, I'm so late, son. It's been a rough day. You know, it's been really hard." And then he turns the corner, and Riley moves out of the way, and he sees him, and all he doesn't say a word. He just goes, leans up against the wall and goes.
He goes, "Oh shit!"
Like, oh,
it was the perfect "oh shit" moment, is what it was.
Yes, it was.
It really was. Like, it was that moment of, "Oh, damn it, seriously."
Beautiful ending.
So that's where, you know, we leave off. You know, that's the end of this week's episode.
Now,
so
to answer your question,
yes.
It initially states that he is hundreds of years old, but Daki himself states in the show, "Throughout my long life, I have seen the galaxy endure many changes."
Mm-hmm.
And they also note that he explicitly references witnessing the fall of galaxy-level tyrants from roughly 300 years prior.
Uh-huh. So,
and here's the thing. He is, where'd it go? He belongs to the Masic race.
Yes.
Which is a reptile turtle-like species that's relatively new, that is known to possess a significantly extended lifespan.
Basically like Yoda.
Pretty much.
Which
Maybe
was-
not to that extent. We don't know. But pretty much the same thing. Yeah. So at least we'll say he's 300, roughly 350 years old.
Yeah, at least. So that's
Yeah.
a good thing. You know, the one thing I hope we never get, ever, is what species Yoda is.
No, we never need to find that out.
I like that is a complete mystery. Especially since we've only seen 3 of his species.
Right.
Yoda, Yertle, and Grogu. I'm liking it. This week's episode I really, really liked. And I liked it to the fact that it's not just an on-the-run episode.
Mm-hmm.
It's the, oh shit, here comes the Empire episode and what they really do. Yeah, it doesn't really center on Maul that much, but that's okay. Because now, oh boy, shit's gonna hit the fan.
Right.
I love that Docky and Devin are starting to have a conflict with each other. I think it helps push the story just enough.
Right.
That it's the child questioning the parent, you know, the master and the apprentice starting to have ways of different opinions, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, don't get me wrong, Maul has shrouded her mind and started making her question things.
Planted seeds of doubt.
But in my opinion, that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Jedi Order is gone.
Right.
You can still have your doubts and your questioning and not be a part of the Jedi Order. Look at Ahsoka.
Right.
So it could work. To me, this episode felt a little dragged out, but I understand the reasoning because we had to bring Marek in. We had to start questioning. Khalees is dead. Things are going to happen. I'm giving this week's episode a 3.75.
Okay.
I kind of wanted to see a little bit more with Two Boots
Right.
and Lawson kind of, you know, fighting a little bit. But I understand why they didn't.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that's a conflict that they could have taken further, but it was probably better that they didn't.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they definitely focused on it enough in episodes 2 and 3.
Yep.
Up to the point where, you know, he shut him off, or he shut Two Boots off without his permission.
Yep.
You know, so I think that covered it enough that they were good.
Yeah.
At that point.
I agree. So what are you giving it again?
You know, I'm pretty much in the same boat as you.
All right.
Except for one thing. As far as your synopsis of your feelings of the episode. I don't really feel that Docky and Devin are starting to have conflict.
No?
I mean, she is definitely being more outspoken. She's asking more questions because of the thoughts and ideas that Maul has placed in her head. But she's not, the things that she's questioning, she's not coming out, well, why didn't we do this? Why didn't we do that? You know, she's not coming out like a child.
Right.
She's coming out with questions. Is this, like when they were talking on the platform just before the stormtroopers came in, she's like, you know, is this what our life is? You know,
Yes.
Why can't we do more? And he is able to answer her in a way that makes sense to her.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I wouldn't say there's conflict between those two at this point.
Okay.
Because they're still having very civil conversations. She's still addressing it. She hasn't addressed him in a disrespectful tone yet.
No, she really hasn't. She's been very.
When I hear that, that's where conflict would be starting.
Yeah.
but we haven't hit that point yet.
No.
We might,
Eventually.
but we haven't hit it yet. So that's the only point that I disagree with you on.
Okay.
That, I don't really feel that they're having conflict at that point. I do agree the episode did feel kind of long, but at the same time, it didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I am at 3.5 lightsabers for this episode.
All right.
Nakaya
Yes.
says the following. The shit is, both letters in caps, starting to hit the fan in this episode. I do agree with Sully that the teacher and the student are starting to have conflicts and not agreeing and having different opinions.
Mm-hmm.
It was more informational than action, but still well done. Due to not as much action, I give this episode a 3.5 as well.
All right. See, now we can move on to the episode that JT said, oh, shit.
What is shit? And you do not need to send me the link. I already have it.
Oh, awesome. Okay. That's right. I forgot to send you that one. I sent you the first one.
That's right. You were scrambling at the beginning.
I
Don't worry.
was, because, anyway. So episode 6 or chapter 6.
I love the title of this episode.
Night of the Hunted.
Those two words. The Hunted.
Yes.
What picture does that, just those two words, blocking out everything that we know about the episode, do those two words immediately bring to your mind?
Oh, shit's going down. Especially since there's an Inquisitor in the mix.
Right.
And not just one. Now, obviously, we still have the Imperial Star Destroyer hovering over Janek City. And I've always loved the way transitions for Star Wars work out.
Yeah.
They either completely, pan down, or they pan up and they reveal like something else, or they do that gradient zoom out or wipe or anything like that. I absolutely love those transitions, because it feels like Star Wars when you do a transition like that. They're known for their transitions. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Whole new scene. It's like you're turning the page,
Right.
And that's what I really like about it. And I've always liked
part
that.
of this chapter.
Yeah. So with this one, I absolutely loved that we see Maul practicing, which is something we very rarely see.
From anybody.
Is him doing some type of training. And again, this just goes to show you how much Maul has changed from Clone Wars to Maul Shadow Lord.
Right.
Because at one point in time, you would not have seen him training. Maybe
I think
meditating, but not training.
Well, and I think that's what this is. I think this is more of, with everything that's going on, parts of his planet are blown up because of the Empire showing up and everything else. And he's trying to center himself.
Yeah.
Like for me, he needs to get out of his head. How do I get out of my head? I go out in the garage and I do some woodworking.
Sure.
For him, he goes out and he runs what they call forms.
Yes.
In like Taekwondo and karate and stuff like that.
Yes.
He does, he's doing forms.
Yeah.
And when you're doing that, you're freeing your mind. You're not thinking. You're just letting your body do what it knows to do.
Yes.
Everything flows nice and free, and it looks really freaking cool. Especially when he turns the second blade on.
Yeah. It's wonderful.
And in this one, the thought of it's his groans and screams and stuff are the sounds of his lightsaber.
Oh, it is amazing.
And, that is all groans in that one.
And
it's all his groans and grunts and everything. It's so cool.
And just to give everybody a background on this, JT and I were talking about this way before we even started this portion of doing the show.
Right.
They did an interview with the actor who did the voice of Darth Maul, and he's been voicing Darth Maul since Clone Wars. Okay.
Right.
They took his screams and his grunts and his groans with the sound of a lightsaber to enhance it. To what was it the term? Oh, they did that to show that every time you heard Maul's lightsaber move about or hit something or anything like that, that it would replicate the pain that Darth Maul felt when Sidious betrayed him and tried to kill him.
Yeah.
And
it's really, really cool knowing that in the back of your head and then sitting here in every fight scene that we've seen him in.
It's wonderful.
Since the episode started, that's in the back of your head, and you're sitting there going, oh, there's a scream. Oh, there's a scream. Oh, there's a grunt.
Yeah. And I absolutely love that hidden effect.
Yeah.
I really do. So if you fast forward now, this is what we're calling the calm before the storm. And the reason we're calling it that is because we're only on episode 6.
Right.
Which means 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh, they're going to be good. But this is where... What would you say? If we were to rank the first half, right? We've gotten to the peak, if you think about it.
Yeah, I would say so.
So we're going downhill now. We're right at the top of that curve.
But what happens when you go downhill?
Oh, things get fast.
You pick up speed. Shit happens a lot faster and faster and faster until you hit the bottom.
And in this case, we're sitting in Lawson's house, his apartment. Master Daki and Devin are sitting there eating dinner because Riley invited them for dinner. And he's like, they got to go. Like, now.
Yeah.
It's no disrespect. You got to go. They're watching me. And I love that Daki and Lawson sent the kids to another room. Even though they're technically not kids, they're more like teenagers at this point.
Yeah. I love Devin's comment. Let's go so that the adults can talk.
Yeah, but she said it in a very sarcastic way.
Very, extremely sarcastically.
And that's when he introduced...
Like a kid would do.
Oh, absolutely. And that's when Daki actually introduces himself as Jedi Master Iko Daki. And Devin is my Padawan learner. We are survivors of the great Jedi Purge. We barely made it out. All we want to do is get off planet because we thought this would be a great place of refuge. Unfortunately, it's not. And even Lawson's like, well, as you know, shit hit the fan.
Right.
Shit hit the fan. You know, there may be a way out through smuggling routes. I can't guarantee.
Well, that's what he was asking. He thought, well, knowing that you were police, I thought you might have knowledge of a smuggling route or something like that we could use.
That we could use and we can get out of here. And while they're discussing, Riley and and Devin are talking, and they're starting to get to know each other. They're starting to get to, what does your mom do? She works for the Empire. And he's like, I stayed because of school and my sports team. And they kind of start having this little bonding moment,
Yeah, I love the, I don't think we quite grew up, my childhood was like yours.
Yeah, my childhood
kind of thing,
a little different, but she does see that, he's got pictures of his, both his parents, sports memorabilia, stuff that, he does every day. And that's when she really starts getting into the differences, which again, for her, it was learning how to use the Force. It was learning all about the Jedi and the ancient texts and training to be a fighter, whatever it is. So
for him, it was learning how to play Boatkin.
Yeah. So it's a little two totally different worlds have just collided,
Well, and it was a scene I think they had to do, because if it would have been just, okay, send the kids out of the room, and then all of a sudden, as Lawson and Docky are talking, what happens?
Yeah.
And we don't know what happened back there.
Yep.
And then we see the relationship / small amount of trust that has developed between those two kids. We would have been like, well, how did that happen?
Yes.
So that was a nice touch in there.
Made them human.
Yeah.
Brought them back down to earth a little bit. Well, or in this case, back on planet. We have to, just saying, we got to do that. But while this is happening, there's something lurking in the shadows.
Not for long.
Especially when Lawson tells Docky that he was interrogated by an Inquisitor.
And what did you say? I didn't tell him about you.
Didn't tell him about you. You're good. But that's when he also feels a little bit of a disturbance in the Force.
Well, yeah, it's a little disturbing when a lightsaber comes slashing through your freaking front door.
I mean, maybe that's a big giveaway. I don't know. But Mark obviously hurls the door away with the Force, and Docky and Devin are like, we got to go. Got to get out of here. But they also draw their lightsabers in defense to hold off the Inquisitor, so Lawson and Riley can get out of there. However, it's going to be very difficult for them because stormtroopers are everywhere. The LAATs are everywhere. It's a gunship. Low altitude, by the way. It's a low altitude assault transport. Also known as drop off the stormtroopers. Let's go. Yikes. Well, needless to say, this is not just a fight scene that happens inside an apartment. No. It goes up the side of the building, over to the top of the roof, and boy, let me tell you, action. It is wonderful. And of course, the stormtroopers are like, surrender.
No.
No.
I would say Lawson would have been okay up until the point where he shot a stormtrooper.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you on that one.
He might have actually had a chance of surviving until he killed a stormtrooper. When he killed a stormtrooper, it was over.
Yeah.
And that thought honestly ran through my head as soon as he shot the one in the ship.
Yeah. Maybe. But a good note, Devin takes one over.
Yeah, that was cool.
Which is good. Takes one over, hijacks the vehicle, throws the pilot out, Just like,
That was funny as hell. You didn't even hear him scream, though.
no, I was kind of hoping we would get that scream.
I did too. I wanted to hear.
Because they usually use that scream in everything for Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing is, I was hoping it would happen. I really was, because
I was disappointed when it didn't, and when I watched it the second time, I was even more disappointed because I thought, well, maybe I just missed it the first time.
Yeah, what is it? The Wilhelm scream, right? That's
Yes.
the one. Yeah. For those that don't know the Wilhelm scream, it's this. I'll replay it. It's the most famous one ever.
You hear it when a stormtrooper gets shot,
Falls off a tower,
when he trips, when he falls somewhere, when he gets thrown out of the cockpit of an LAAT.
Oh, I was hoping they would have put that in. It would have been great.
Well, it should have been when he got thrown out of the cockpit of an LAAT, but it didn't.
I mean, it's just...
The episode lost half a point because of that.
Oh, that's rough. Half a point? Oh, boy. Obviously, they get away, okay? Not only do they get away, but Riley is confused. And he's like, why are they coming after us? What the hell's the deal? And his father's like, the Empire is not what they think, but their conversation, kind of gets interrupted
for another time.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I'll tell you about it later. Kaboom. Kaboom.
Just know that the Empire aren't what they seem. We'll talk more later.
Yeah, I'll tell you over bedtime snacks. That's what we'll do.
Right now, run!
Yeah, in the meantime, get out of here. Run away. And
as fast as you can.
I mean, Lawson did shoot one down, so that's a good thing. He shot it down quick. So now they're fugitives on the run. Oh, boy. Captain Lawson, his son Riley, Master Daki, and Padawan Devon. Oh, shit. Now you kind of have to do something, because the police department is now going to go. They're wanted. All of them. They killed stormtroopers. They hid Jedi. Now Blake is like, you are now wanted for treason.
Yeah.
Whew.
Two Boots being Two Boots, he's talking all enthusiastic about, look at how much support they've sent us and how enthusiastic they are.
Yeah.
And then the wanted posters pop up.
Yeah. Well, don't forget, Blake also tells Two Boots that he's not in regulation boots.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
Because I think Two Boots is starting to realize as well.
Uh-huh.
Look at his reaction after. I mean, granted,
He's
it's
a droid.
It's a robot, but you can still see emotion in ways that they react. And when Blake said those are not regulation, get rid of them and get back in uniform.
Yeah.
As Blake walks away, Two Boots kind of turns his head just a little bit and blinks, and then kind of looks down a little bit.
Yeah, he knew he done screwed up.
And he's like, "Now wait a minute. Why is he being so mean?"
Yeah.
And to me, I'll be very specific on this. To me, that added a human element that Two Boots has been missing up to this point. to his character.
Yep.
Because he just hit a major realization
Oh, yeah.
about the Empire that he did not have up to this point.
No. Even though Lawson told him, dude, you done screwed up.
Well, he's not going to believe it until he sees it.
Yeah. Now,
Well,
now
we saw it.
While Two Boots is having his, what would you call it?
Emotional conflict.
Sure. That works for, especially since he's a droid.
Or his moment of clarity.
Moment of clarity, you know. Docky tells Lawson and the other three that, listen, the Empire knows that we're here. They know we're Jedi. They are not going to stop looking for us no matter what. We have to leave. You have to leave. We need to get off planet no matter what.
Love Lawson's reaction.
And Lawson was just like, I think I have a way.
You think?
Yeah. You think? No shit. But he also said, you know, we need to go and see a friend.
Yeah, I might know somebody.
So they go to Rena Sull, who is the owner of the nightclub, a former mercenary, former bounty hunter, and was an informant for Lawson, who owns the club. And he flat out says to her, I need help getting off world. We need to go. And she eyes the group and goes, come with me. And they bring her, she brings them to her personal office, I guess you could say, right?
Right.
And that's where Docky says, we need to get off world. Free passage. We can pay you, you know, whatever. We cannot have any Imperial presence know we're here, and we need to get out now. And even Soul is like, it's going to be a little hard to do. Mostly because of what they did. Which was kill a few stormtroopers, take down a gunboat.
The trouble that has been stirred up was the nice way that she said it.
Yeah. And I mean, there's a list of things piling up now, you know? And what is interesting is she also says, but for you, I will see what I can do.
Yeah.
Which means she generally wanted to help. You know?
Right. They're friends. Or more than friends, but
acquaintances. They're business partners.
And possibly more.
Yeah, I was getting that feeling too, you know?
So was Riley.
Oh yeah, Riley was like all on top of it.
I think so did Devin, because Devin looked at Riley and Riley looked at Devin, and they were kind of
they're like, yeah, we're just gonna ignore this that's going on right now, you know. Right. But it's one of those things that you don't really have to say that it was there, you know.
Well, and it was neat that Lawson actually explained to Docky, because Docky's like, can you trust this friend of yours?
Yeah.
And it was neat that he went into, you know, their history, and that, you know, he saved her life, she saved his life.
Right.
Kind of thing, you know, to reassure Docky.
Absolutely.
You know, and everything, which was cool, because that gave me history that I didn't know.
Yeah.
About their relationship.
Now, in the meantime, Maul is in his hideout. A Viper droid is near it. Spybot is doing his thing, making sure that, you know, nothing is interrupting Maul and what he's doing. But Cast is like, Maul, we got a problem here.
You need to see this.
We got a problem because of said empire, we need to do something about it. And the only thing he does is gets up and heads out. Because he needs an apprentice. He wants an apprentice. And Devin is that apprentice for him.
Was it just me, or did you notice jealousy in her voice when she said, "You're going to get her, aren't you?"
Yes.
Okay, so it wasn't just me.
Which is interesting because, Cast is an adult Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
A great warrior. And yet she's jealous of a kid because Maul wants her as an apprentice.
Well, she's not, as far as we know, Cast is not force sensitive.
Yeah.
So, obviously Maul would have more of an affection or an attraction, I guess you could say.
Sure.
To somebody who he's had experience with, combat experience with.
Yeah.
And she asked, well, what if she asked, what if she doesn't, come up to snuff? And he's like, as long as she stands back up, I am her ally.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. Okay.
Again, shows how much he's changed.
Mm-hmm.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Back at the nightclub, however, we see stormtroopers entering. Whew. And even Docky's like, how do you know this girl? Can you trust her? And Lawson's like, yeah, well, she was a bounty hunter and I'm a cop. And, well, we got each other through it. We figured it out.
He saved her. She saved me. I saved her.
Yeah, I scratch your back. You scratch mine. That's how it works.
They might have done that too. But
maybe a few other things. But they also go, all right, we got to get out of here. So Saul tells them, go upstairs. I will handle the situation. And when she goes out to greet the stormtroopers, they arrest her right away.
Well, she beats the hell out of them.
Well, yes, she does.
The stormtrooper grabbed her and she's like, I don't think so, pal.
Yep. So stormtroopers head on up through a turbo lift. And, Docky's right there waiting. Yep. Docky's like, all righty, here we go. No rest for the weary.
Right.
They tell the kids to go into the other turbo lift, get down. We will hold them off, go to the parking bay, do what we need to do, and hide.
We'll find you.
And hide. Only there's just one problem. Marek is back.
I just so happens to be in the parking lot where the kids get out of the elevator.
Just waiting for them. This scene right here is the 4-man bobsled team starting their run. Because Docky, fighting off the stormtroopers, tells the young ones to head to a fence. More reinforcements arrive. Marek is doing his thing, and Devin and Riley are on the run.
Mark's following them.
Marek is following them. Lawson's like, we got to get the kids. And Docky's like, your son will be fine. Devin is amazing. She's well trained. She will protect your son. She will.
I love, and your word's supposed to make me feel better? Yes.
Yes.
Well, it does. I mean, that's a dad. That was a 1000% dad moment right there.
It is. Spybot hacks into security cameras and finds them. Mark is on the chase, and Devin and Riley make it down into a subway terminal, and before they're about to jump onto the train, Mark does his thing.
Activates his lightsaber as he walks down the stairs.
He's so sinister, especially because you don't see his face.
The classic horror story move.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Riley jumps onto an open air cargo carriage, and Devin starts dueling Marek. Obviously, Marek is better in the lightsaber department than Devin is, but she puts up a very good fight, by the way.
Oh yeah.
And
note one thing.
Yeah.
Riley actually tried to do the gentlemanly thing and, no, I'm not going to leave you.
Yeah. She pushed him.
And then, the first swipe came from Mark's lightsaber that Devin blocked, and he said, "See ya."
Bye. I'm out of here.
He jumped his ass on that train in a heartbeat.
Yeah. But the good thing is she was able to get on the train and head toward Riley, which was good. But Marek is just advancing and advancing, and man, they are fighting. Listen, he may be more powerful than Devin is, but she was absolutely amazing for her age going up against an adult. She already fought Maul.
Mm-hmm.
Now, don't get me wrong, Maul was holding back quite a lot.
Twice.
But Marek was going full force, and she was fighting him.
Mm-hmm. She's very, very resilient. I mean, how many times did he slam her into boxes?
Oh.
3-4 times at least, and she bounced right off the box and came right back at him.
Yep. Now, the cool thing about this is Marek basically had her up against one of those boxes to the point where he was ready to strike her down, and flat out says, "Where is Maul?"
Can I say it?
Yes, you can.
"I'm right here."
Oh, it was so awesome. That was one of those classic.
Oh man, that was awesome.
That was like a Shogun / gunslinger move, right? Where is he? Right behind you, bitch.
Right here, tonk in the back of the head with a shovel.
Oh man. And that's the best part about it, is like he just, here I am. You wanted me, now you got me, And I love the fact that not only did Maul reveal himself that way, but Mark, that he flat out goes, "Well, now I know."
Right.
Now I know.
Nakai says that was the best part of this episode.
Right? It was a classic reveal, and it worked.
A nice comedic factor to it in a very high stress situation.
Yeah. And the best part is you're going, yeah! Darth Maul showed up, yeah!
You're freaking cheering for the bad guy.
Yeah. Without a doubt.
Think about that, folks. You're cheering for the bad guy.
The best part,
which in this situation, he's kind of a good guy.
The best part was,
I'm confused.
Yeah, I mean, it can be confusing, but Maul hits Marek a good number of times as they're fighting, and obviously Marek just continues on, And then he pulls out his double-bladed lightsaber, which
And turns it on.
I don't really agree that it's a double-bladed lightsaber. It does have two blades, but the hilt alone does the spinning for you.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I don't
That's
agree
cheating.
with that.
That's cheating.
It is cheating. But
it looks cool as hell, though. You know, you got to give them that.
Yeah, I mean, they are Inquisitors. But it's still cheating, you know?
Yeah.
So Devin helps Maul. Maul helps Devin. And the two of them fight off Marek. Maul responds in kind when Marek flips on his other blade and starts spinning the lightsaber around by igniting his second blade. I absolutely loved this fight scene.
Mm-hmm.
Because it didn't matter how many times Marek tried to hit him with that spinning blade. Maul was right on it. To the point, Riley helps Devin up. Maul throws his lightsaber at Marek. He blocks it. But then Devin's fighting again. To the point where they separate the cars and boom. Devin turns, looks at Maul, raises her lightsaber in self-defense because she's ready to go on and do whatever. And
Yeah,
Maul
got to
just
protect herself.
And Maul just turns his lightsaber off.
And walks away.
But I loved what he said. I love what he said. Now you know the face of your true enemy.
Yep.
Which again tells me Darth Maul has completely gotten rid of the Darth part. He's no longer a Sith Lord. He's still out for revenge against Sidious. But he doesn't want anything to do with any type of labeling for the Jedi or the Sith.
Right.
He wants to move on.
Yep.
You know? Marek returns to the Star Destroyer, activates his holo projector, and we see an unidentified cloaked figure and says, Maul is alive and there are 2 Jedi. How should I proceed? Cuts to the stars. Cuts to the blue stars and blue text. And that's the end of the episode. Now, remember how I just said, this scene right here was the 4-man bobsled starting their run. I'm not wrong.
But you have insider information.
To the point where even JT's like, that was a quick episode. But was it? It was 26 minutes long.
It was 26 minutes that felt like 10.
Yeah. It was fast. It was
very fast. There's 2 things that, the whole episode was great. No weapons or butts, but we got into the action series. And they didn't do it slowly. They very quickly, things transpired very, very quickly from step to step to step to step to step. But the fight on the train, once Maul got in and Marek activated his spinner. Think about this, okay? That spinner is moving fast.
Yep.
There's a lot of RPM. There's a lot of power behind that thing.
Sure.
And if you look closely, when he'd go at Maul and Maul would react, he stopped the spinner 3 times.
Oh, yeah.
That gives you an idea how strong Maul is.
Yeah.
I mean, turn a fan on low and stick your hand in.
Ouch.
Okay, don't actually do it, please.
It's gonna hurt.
If you do, make sure you record it.
And
But
post it
don't
on
do it,
social
okay?
media.
But that tells you just how strong he is. And the other thing I liked was when Maul threw his double-ended saber at Mark. Mark jumped back to the car behind them, the saber went past him, cut through a box. Maul called it back. It came back over his head. That's where they got the separation. Because I was wondering, how are they going to get the separation to get away from him?
Yep.
That's how they got the separation. Devin cut the coupler between the 2 cars. The car that Mark's on stops. They keep going. And for the second time in this episode, Mark's left holding the bag.
Yeah.
Twice. Once on a rooftop, once in a subway tunnel. I love the episode. I love the fight scene. I love the fact that we're getting into action now. We're starting to see the progression of things. And if you're telling me this is just the start of the 4-man bobsled run, holy crap, dude.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, we still got 4 episodes to go. I figure we're going to go through 3 episodes at this pace, and then we'll slow down a little bit as we head into the ending at 10 in order to set up season 2.
Yeah. Season 2 is going to be awesome.
4.25 lightsabers for me.
Nice. I was going with a 4.25 as well.
It's a great episode. I loved it.
It was great. And we're at that point. We're going downhill now. Now we're coming up to the left and right turns to get to the straightaway. We're getting there, and it's gonna be great. And in all honesty, I can't wait to see what's gonna happen next. Because
I think you already know.
Well, I do know because I watched it, but I've been watching it. I've been
So you know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
next.
but I can't say because I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to ruin it.
I'd get mad at you if you tried. Nikaya, what kind of ratings we got, my friend?
Yeah. What is your rating there, Nikaya? Because we want to know.
She might have stepped away, but go ahead.
And while we're doing that, that is technically the end of this week's episode of 2 Ewoks in the Park. But what did she say?
Absolutely love this episode for all the reasons you guys have just said.
Aww.
I just have to second everything. I can't wait to see what all comes next. I am giving this one a 4.25 as well. This is the first time all 3 of us have given the same score on one episode.
I agree with you. Holy crap. That's amazing. So
kind of scary, actually.
It is, but that's okay. So next week, we got 7 and 8. We're almost there, folks. We're going down that last turn. Oh, boy. 7 and 8. And let me tell you, Chapter 7 is Call to Oblivion. Ooh. It's going to be awesome. So,
can you say yikes?
We will be live again tomorrow at 8 o'clock for the Sully Show, which we've got a great show prep that has been changing every day since Wednesday. And it's going to be absolutely 100% amazing. So you might want to tune in for that. It's going to be awesome. And obviously JT will be with me as well. So there he is. There's the redneck. You can't miss him. Lady Death, I should know. I did it several times. Yeah. And
we have a hell of a prep sheet for tomorrow. I should know. I did it.
Yeah. And it keeps getting changed.
Right.
We keep updating. But for the redneck, there he is. Can't miss him. For everybody watching at home, thank you very much for tuning in. And as for me, I am the Geek Sully. We will see you next week for 2 Ewoks in the Park, and tomorrow for the Sully Show right here on Accidental Punch TV. And in this case, may the Force be with you. Ah, I broke it.
Are also using inhumane types of weaponry.
Why is my... Hang on. What happened to it? What happened? Something broke. It broke.
You did go up. Well, you went into the ending scene on the...
I know, but it's not working.
Yeah, it's still showing live.
Whoa. Nope. Something happened. I have no music. That's weird. Anyway, may the Force be with you all.